Welcome everybody to the Golden Drop. My name is Sharon MacDonald and I'm so happy to have you here today with me. I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule, and this tip is a little bit longer than our Minute Mondays. This tip today is going to be how to cook with essential oils, and I am using the essential oil black pepper. And so I wanted to give you a little bit of tip on it. I'm going to ask Renee to pull out the emotional handbook because I want to give you the emotional tip. So she's going to go ahead and just pull out a few points for that. And then you are going to hear a little bit of that. Julie's got her book out. If you have it, look at black pepper because there are some unique themes about this on an emotional, energetic level that I would love to be able to share with you. Nothing on the Golden Drop is a diagnosis or prescription. So if you're joining us from the FDA or the FTC, please note that these are not prescriptions or diagnosis. This is just simply how to use essential oils, quick tips for those of us who are a little bit obsessed with essential oils. So welcome today. We're glad if you're visiting us for the first time. If you are visiting us for this first time, please, in the chat, you can just push the little chat button and you can type in where you're joining us from, number one, and number two, that you are our first time visitor. If you're joining us by replay, welcome, and we won't waste your time. So let me show you what I have going on here. So what I'm going to do today is I am going to take this Yoshida sauce right here from Costco, and I'm going to put it in this little bowl. You can see right here. And I am, you're going to just watch what I'm doing. So I am making stir fry, like I said. So I'm going to just pour this into this bowl right here, roughly about that much. This has a really high glycemic index because it's got a lot of sugar. So it's not, this is what this family had. So this is what I'm going to use. But I'm just going to use a little bit because what I'm going to do is pepper. Pepper is a really good, really good essential oil to, well, not essential oil, just pepper in general, gives your mind the thought of satiation, okay? And so a lot of times people are like, I need more salt or I need more sugar. If you just add pepper to your food, it's like the body says, oh, this is just so tasty. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to add just this quick little drop. You'll watch it drop in there, okay? I'm going to just add one drop. It actually got 2 drops of this. And then I'm just going to take my knife, stir it up, and then set it aside. So then when I make it, I'm going to just go to the pan, put my chicken in, brown it up, get it right to where I want it to, then put my veg in, because when I put my veg in, I washed my veg really good, and on my hands put a little bit of black pepper, or you can do cilantro depending on the kind of stir fry you're making. So if you're going Mexican, you want to use that. We're going Japanese tonight. So ginger, I just put a tiny bit of ginger, and I mean when I say tiny, I rubbed my finger along the top, put it in my hands, ran my hands underwater, and then I put my hands all over those vegetables so I could just give them a nice good love. And then I'm going to throw those into the pan, get them just so they kind of turn bright in their coloring. And then I'm going to pour this sauce over top and serve it over basmati rice. So that is my tip today. That's all I have to offer. So have you any questions about cooking with essential oils, you guys? Anybody curious about what you might do and how you might do it? Go ahead and type your questions in or raise your hand and we'll unmute you. So, no go, then fine. Renee, you want to read some of the emotional properties? Just pull out a few tips from the emotional book from Daniel MacDonald.
What am I reading? Black pepper?
Just grab a few tips from there.
All right, so black pepper is the oil of unmasking. Black pepper reveals the mask of faith, uses a high aspect of the self. Since childhood, most individuals have been taught that some feelings and behaviors are good while others are not. So one of the negative emotions is dishonesty, repressed emotions, trapped, prideful, and superficial, But the positive properties are emotional honesty, authentic, courage, motivated, self-aware, and integrity. They're very well companion oils are kumquat, which is one of your favorites. That line. Vetiver, coriander, juniper berry, and frankincense.
Good. All really amazing essential oils, I think. The properties of those oils are amazing. So, wow. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
One more thing I wanted to read too. Black pepper also resonates the soul fire, fueling motivation and high energy, and hastening and healing process. It gives individuals strength to overcome challenges and issues they carry inside and invites them to live in integrity with their true self.
Oh, that's amazing. What's interesting about that last statement is people that are dealing with addiction, whether it be sugar, smoking, drugs, and alcohol. Thank you for doing that. This is the brand new edition of Emotions and Essential Oils by Daniel MacDonald. We'll go ahead and type that up into the chat box for you if you're looking for that. But going back to that last statement, she said, when you're dealing with addiction, it's very interesting. Right here on the forearm, on the inside of the forearm, right here. Some people do it right here on the crook of the arm. But those two places to place this essential oil actually really helps with addiction. So specifically with smoking, right? Helping support the body and the mind during a detox or the releasing yourself from that addiction. Same with sugar, it will help with that as well. So I would recommend with sugar specifically, I would actually suggest putting it right here at the web of your finger with a drop of coriander, and then just rub your hands together like this. And just count to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, something like that. But that coriander specifically helps with blood sugar levels. It supports the body for blood sugar levels. So if you find that you have blood sugar issues, this is a really good coriander, is a really great essential oil to support that. But add the black pepper to it. And I have a feeling just intuitively that will really help you with the addiction portion of sugar related, stuff. I just have a hunch. And we're all doing a cleanse right now. So those of you who are doing my cleanse with me right now, let's give that a go, because let me tell you, I was in Switzerland yesterday passing all the handmade chocolate places. And I'm telling you, it was so interesting because they were screaming out to me, do you remember me? Sexy, smooth, yummy, dark chocolate me? You want some, don't you? And, I have been really making sure my fat content is up. And so, no, it wasn't. And I didn't have none, not one piece of chocolate, not a nibble, nothing. I'm so proud of myself. So I am overcoming the sugar addiction from my Christmas holidays. I don't eat it very often, but I was really pleased yesterday.
Sharon, we have a chat. Stephanie wanted to know, does it matter if essential oils are added at the beginning or the end of cooking?
When you're cooking, it doesn't matter. You're really going for flavor. You're losing the medicinal value for that. You're just really getting the essence of the aroma. Because essential oils don't do well heated up, right? Meaning the chemistry property for what it does, physically for the body. Although I know like in my smoothies and my juices, ginger still has the same effect. Essential oils that I use, but that's cold. We're not warming that up. So in soups and in roast, anything like that, that you're making, salsa, you just get the flavor. So good question. It doesn't matter what set part of the process that you do it. Truly, it doesn't matter. The one thing I would suggest if you're going to cook with them is that you use a pipette when you're kneading just a tiny bit, or you can use a toothpick.
I was going to say, I use a toothpick.
Yeah.
And
toothpick works great. Yep. Especially for things like coriander, ginger, cumin. Those are really, really powerful.
Oregano, basil.
Yes, thank you. Oregano, basil, marjoram, also all very, very powerful essential oils where you just need a smidge So yeah, good thoughts. So anything else? I saw another little chat go up.
No, she just said, I'd like to add On Guard to my oatmeal and applesauce, but didn't know if it was best to add while cooking or just before serving. She said
I do that.
What was she was wondering about, the heating.
Yeah, in my oatmeal, I add cinnamon. I love cinnamon straight up. I use about 3 drops in my bowl of cinnamon. And same with cassia. You can use cassia. I really like mine hot. 3 drops is a little spicy. I would start with 2 for a bowl, or 1. So it just depends on your flavor. But I do add that after it's cooked. So now that I know we're talking about oatmeal, that's where I put it. But it's good for cookies too. If you make oatmeal cookies, put it in your batter, in the egg portion of it, and then taste your batter to make sure, oh, I think I could add a little more. It's a little rougher when you're at that stage of, where you've added the flour. So anyway, those are really good ideas.
Hot, I do Citrus Bliss because I like the little fruity in my oatmeal.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And that's the brilliant thing. Mandarin's actually really good in oatmeal too, especially if you're putting like those winter fruits like oranges or mandarins in it, and you want that, add a little coconut to it. It gives it a really unique flavor. Especially if you are using a tablespoon of coconut oil, right, in it, a tablespoon of coconut oil in that, it feels like you're eating a parfait of pina colada.
Okay.
Super, super tasty. Yeah. Love me some oatmeal. Anything else? I saw more in the chat.
She just said she loves cinnamon and peppermint oils in cookies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Amazing. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us for Golden Drop. This is always a beautiful way to pay it forward. Share these. You can find us and these tips for Golden Drop on both Vimeo, Sharon MacDonald, or on YouTube, also Sharon MacDonald. If you're looking for me on social media, you can find me on Facebook at Oils to Go on Facebook, and you can also find me on Instagram at Oils to Go. Same place. So you guys, thank you so much for doing this. Open your hearts and your bottles to the people around you to be able to share it, pay it forward, and share your love of oils with other people. And when they're wanting it and needing it, it's such a beautiful thing because people often want what you have and are too afraid to ask. So just by asking, it opens that door. And if you are curious about how to get a deeper discount with doTERRA, that loyalty reward program is a really great way to pay it forward to your budget because doTERRA pays you back 30% at the end of the day. So 10 to 30% back on your loyalty orders just for loving your product. They're really good to their customers. So everybody buys at the same price. Just because you're buying essential oils doesn't mean you're doing this as a business. The only part about doing this as a business is you then get to lovingly mentor other people and guide them in their essential oil using process. So thank you for every single one of you for joining us, for your time, your energy, and your effort in paying it forward to your family and friends in using essential oils because every drop is a golden drop. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye, you guys.